Hi, good afternoon. Finally, the part of the abyss which is going to be my favorite, isn't it? A bit strange, says my favorite one is being custody, but it was actually quite a fun experience looking back at everything I went through. I didn't go very well for a while. I did resist the prison. It was didn't expect to be there for so long, 5 years. But it's good that time goes quickly, and time is an illusion, isn't it? But let's go back before I was sentenced. Let's go back what happened. The magic Scott kind of said to me I wanted to go and see his parents. I said, you sure? I don't think that's a good idea, considering that you got an injunction and the police is after you and everything with the house and the music. The wrong time to do things, basically. But he did go there. He dragged me with him. He knocked at the door. Nobody answered. And he, a minute walk, is his uncle and his niece, not his niece, his auntie, sorry, place that they were staying, the one who was unwell, who was being looked after and came to England from the Caribbean to be treated. We went there, he needed to use the toilet, so he used the toilet and we came out. Then we went back to the father, and the father just opened the window and really weirdly said to him, which wasn't very nice considering his father and son, he was just telling him that he wanted to speak to him. He wanted to tell him that obviously we wanted to get married. I was obviously pregnant. He refused to open the door. The house was quite, not very well looked after. There was bricks falling out of the wall, basically. So he got a brick. The glass panel, he broke it, and he opened the door and he came in. I went in. I didn't know what I was doing. I don't even know what I went in, just because he told me to went in. So I went in, and I went to a living room. There was automatically a fight between the father and him. I don't remember exactly what happened. All I know is that there was blood. He hit him with the brick, and then he called me, and he actually wanted me to hit him with the brick, and I'm completely against that. So, but if I wasn't gonna hit him with the brick, I was gonna be hit. So I had to be strategically get the brick, pretend I was hitting him without really hitting him, and drop the brick. So my fingers, I guess that he wanted my finger prints to be there, or whatever it is, for me to be obviously convicted. The police was around the house trying to come in. Eventually they came in. They arrested him. They then arrested me, but I mean, it's 2 hours and they came, and they said to me that I was facing trial, that I was being charged of grievous bodily harm. I said, you've got to be kidding me. But that's how it was. I refused bail when I was trialed. They said to me if I went against Anderson, the matrix code, then I would be all right, and then everything would be reduced. I wasn't going to do that at all. I would just gracefully accept the sentence. So it was in the night time when I was taken down to prison. The prison was Bronzeville prison. It's a private prison, thanks for that. One day in the night time, I was taken to a wing of people who was being actually detoxed from drugs, but they didn't change me wing straight away. They were shouting. I was frightened. But people making those noises. Obviously, it looked like a mental holiday. It wasn't nice. So I was taken to another better wing. They gave me a room for myself, and that's it. That was the beginning of my custody and sentence period. For the first 3 weeks, you don't do anything much. You're just in your room. Most of the time, you're out for 2 hours just for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And basically, on the weekend, you're out. You are kept there till you get the inductions, which is basically what I said that you would like to be doing or studying on how is going to be a rehabilitation program, which is actually devised by the prisoners themselves. I kept pretending the sleep didn't come through the door, so I kept delaying having to work as much as I could. But then I found out that there was 2 jobs that I was interested. One was a gym, and this is the beauty of private prisons, is that work is gym. So basically you go to the gym and do a workout, and that's counted as work. It's the least paid, but for me it was the best thing to do. I wasn't looking there to make money. I was looking there to just get my health back and make sense of what I went through and get away from everybody. I then joined art in the afternoon. So morning was gym, then lunch, then evening there would be gym, and then I would have dinner, and then probably go to a circuit just to keep busy, and then have a quick shower, and that's it. That would be the end of the evening. In the weekends, I would utilize my time to actually go to the gym, or go out on my own as much as possible. I was very careful who I was mixing with. I found out very quickly who prisoners were worthy of talking or not, or asking for things. So I would just wait for the nicest ones to come round and ask them for the things. Very, very important here is somebody ever goes to custody is the prisoners you need to actually be close with and work with servery. The prisoners that are going to serve the food, because if they don't like you, you get no food. Basically. So basically, when it comes breakfast, lunch, and dinner, there will be a queue. I'll probably be the last one. I didn't care. And we just have to line up, wait for our turn, and there an officer there, and they were giving us portions of food. Some officers and some prisoners were nicer. They would give more food and they would give seconds. Some others no, because the prison says that. I highly dislike the prisoners that work for the prison system to protect the food, or things that it was just for the prison, and they were paid for from us. I mean, I think they make from each prisoner about £45,000 a year just for keeping there as captive. And also when there's a lot of transfers between prisons, and I always wonder why they transfer so many prisoners from one place to another, and every time there is a transfer, the prison makes £500, so that's the reason why. So anyway, servery, get on very well with them, because they're the ones who are going to feed you. And then, you need to look out for the ones who are really close with the officers. Those are the ones who are going to tell the officers everything. So those ones, you want them to be your best friends. Then the ones that are infiltrated by the system, which are those ones who are actually pretending to be prisoners, which are not. They're officers in disguise. Those are the ones you want to not tell them that but actually be around them to know everything that's happening. You want somebody who knows what officers are gonna come, and when they're gonna be working, so you know who is gonna be nicer. And then you've got the nice ones, the ones who are genuinely nice and who are there to help people. Those, there would be few of them, and those was the first ones that I would approach. I remember one of them who had a very difficult life, domestic abuse. She was there. She shouldn't have been there, but she was lovely. And all she did is just buy lots of things from the canteen and give it to everybody just to make them happy. So I went there and asked her for a cigarette. And obviously you have to smoke, you have to blend, and I speak to like everybody. So I blended very quickly. My acting side came forward. I did a reading, psychic reading. She loved it. She told everybody. And then that was it. I had control of the wing. If anybody wanted some advice, and good advice, and the thing is I was getting things right. Yes, you're coming out of custody, you're not. I had the power. Yeah, nobody could go against me, because if I got grumpy, I couldn't do a reading. As simple as that. Obviously the key prisoners could tell the officers. So it was only a matter of time till the officers came for me for readings. I knew who was sleeping with, who was taking drugs, and I would tell them straight away, be careful with this, that. So I was the advisor of the prison. And actually, I was very strategic. I never asked anybody any favors, any officers. Some of them came and said, okay, you've done a very good reading, you know some secrets about me, do you want anything? The answer was no, I'm fine, I've got everything I need here, source. So that's how I did it. That's how I mastered prison. I taught yoga. I helped people to get the physical ability. But then I was getting a bit bored of going to the gym every day. And then art. My art was beginning to be downloaded. I was creating more abstract art. I never entered the competition, so gave anything on my artistic things. I kept them for myself. Because I was mesmerized of how my progress. I made a little beautiful display of art on my prison wall. There's only one wall that you can actually put things on, the rest you cannot touch them. And it says, welcome to paradise. So everybody would come there and they would have the reading and the advice and then go. And that was it. So that was my routine. till I found out there was things like Christian choir singing, Muslim prayers and Muslim studies, and other things that Buddhist meditation. And all of them, they did their, the Ramadan, their parties, their foods. I joined all of them, so I could, sing, join their parties. The Muslim woman loved me. My approach. I said I didn't want to become a Muslim. However, I respected God, and she loved my approach to the source, and she always gave me lots of presents and looked after me. So she was an amazing woman there. The one on the church, she was beautiful. She was one of the Muslim women had more followers than her because she was nice enough to do with religion. So she was actually telling me that my soul could then go to heaven because I was choosing to go to two religions. I said, "Are you aware that I'm actually going to the Buddhist?" I'm a neither. Anyway, the Buddhist was a waste of time. We just didn't do anything. The teacher wasn't very good, bless her. She was trying to look for enlightenment. However, it was a meditation. It was something to do. Chat. She always brought food, and she tried. So that was my life in Bronxville Prison Center till I was transferred to another better prison, which was Sent, which Sent was great because I was being hassled now by sharing with another prisoner, and I didn't want to do that. I did it for a while, and I just, no. I didn't want my energies to be affected by anything, even if they were nice. I wanted to be on my own. So Sent was a prison where you had your room and you had your own shower. The only downfall about that prison is for the first 2 or 3 months, you had to do a job that you were forced to, either kitchens or gardens. So I chose gardens, obviously. So I went there. They were really nice. People were very nice. And I did what in the gardens, it was winter. Again, I slowed down everything. I went there for Christmas. It was Christmas time. I slowed down everything as much as possible. And then, it was a few months doing garden. It wasn't too bad. I sneak out as much as I could. Just planting a few seeds, taking a few weeds, watering, talking to people, doing readings, the same, yeah. And then doing different a course on holy agriculture, just to pass the time, just not to be doing anything. In prison, it's about how to be strategic. To if you don't have qualifications to get them, and if you have, then it's just to make the best of the time that you are there. There was a course that came that it was 2 days, 2 or 3 days part-time per week, which was art. So I joined, and then is when I discovered watercolors. When I discovered that my artistic abilities just reached a genius level, that was amazing. My art teacher was very surprised, so was I. And she began to use me because she wasn't very good to do everything for the prison. I did a wall with amazing signpost, was getting a job. And then I told them to get lost, that I wasn't going to work for them. That was not my intention. But during that time, the good thing is that through the work I had to sketch, I was able to get all my paints, watercolors, acrylics, and people were helping me. And I began to do my super conscious cards. So I used to go and do a little bit of work during the day. And then I did my painting. I was very strategically chose to be a cleaner. I know. And nobody wanted to be a cleaner, but the reason why I chose it because it was 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. It was a kind of prison that when we were the wings, it was just a corridor. It was one room after the other one, and in front, like 2 meters, there was another door. So the cleaning consisted on the corridor, 2 bins, and that's it. So basically 20 minutes, and there were 2 of us, 1 brush and 1 mop. I mean, how difficult can that be? So that allowed me to have the whole day, morning and evening. I would sleep very little, just concentrating on doing my super conscious cards and doing that amazing work. And going to the gym. I would go to the gym and do things over the weekends. I was very, very active. And then they decided, the prison, because they did that, they randomly changed the jobs. To put me into painting party job, which meant painting prison doors. I think you've got to be kidding me. So I met the gentleman who I totally loved him. Paul, he was the one who was in charge of 2 of the libraries in Sent. one they upgraded where the good prisoners were, and one they not so upgraded where I was. I was asked many times to go into a great wing, but I didn't like the offices, I didn't like the energy. I refused to, and I like doing what. You were very supervised, and then if you were a good prisoner, everybody would forget about you because you were not a problem. So you were, you were free to do what you wanted, basically. I joined the library, and I told the paying party there was no point in me joining for 3 weeks till the library worked, because I wasn't going to learn a job. I got away with it. So I did nothing for 3 weeks, but just my cards. And then I began to work in the library. I changed the whole routine. I began to get all the books about David Icke, The Truth, The Secret, the ones that begin to put the seed, about the Illuminati, everything, Masons. There was a section, and also I made them work for it. I had a waiting list, so I made the process lengthy for them to really want to get those books, and I caused a revolution and an awakening between the prisoners, and most of them, they had The Secret and they were reading, and they were used to come for me for readings. Nobody wanted to get upset with me again, because I was the advisor, the expert advisor of the prison service, and I knew everything that was going on. When the time came for me to have the cards printed and laminated and things that I needed to do, some of the officers broke the rules to take me to have this work done. When my work of the cards was almost finished, I was instructed by the source to start writing the book. And then Paul from the library told me that there was an opportunity for people to do creative writing and write the book. So I got a certification on creative writing. Again, I was the one making that movement and inviting scientists and doing movements to wake up people there, about make a poster about, what's the meaning of life, and then we got some really good spokesmen that they came and told us their, about aliens and things about that. So that was very, very good. There was another woman who helped me. I said to her, look, I need to write the book, but I have no access. I had no laptop, and I have no access to a laptop, a computer. And so she put me onto a course that I knew I could do in no time. And it was a customer service, and it was part of the library that you need to do. So we agreed, if I did this course and I spent 15 minutes a day, and we elongated for as long as I was in prison, then I could have that time to write my book, and she could print it out for me and photocopy whatever I needed. She was brilliant. So again, she broke the rules, and my book was created, which I'm passing all the information here, and eventually will be ebook and hardback. It's what a nice hardback, limited edition, so that's how I did it. That's how I did prison. It was for a year I was severely targeted, and I was almost blind from one eye. I had surgeries, I had abscess, lots of poisons from my body were coming out, lots of blood, and I did it. I did everything work on my favor. And then that was the day I came out of custody, which was the happiest day of my life. But then I went to another prison, isn't it? I went to a hostel, which they told me 3 months, and they wanted to keep me for a long time, but then they were forced to kick me out because they had to do some works. Source again came to the rescue. So I'll tell you what happened during those 6 months in the hostel till I moved to the place where I am now, and where everything became certified and work as a magnetic mind coach. So guys, this is my story. I hope you're enjoying the journey, and with all my love in my heart, and going to play a little bit with Divinity now. She's been bouncing, and you can see me moving, and it's because I'm pushing her away. She just loves the keyboard because it lights. So when you press, it kind of changes color and it lights, and she loves that. Yeah, she loves that. So anyway, I'm waiting for some of my lovely, Amor to do a video, Adam, Yvonne, and AJ. We're trying to bring more awareness about hyperverse, guys, because we're making really good money, and we want you to make the same. So it's all coming. Come to the gate, keep on watching, keep on raising your frequency, keep on waking up, join the revolution, guys. This is the best place to be. You're here for a reason. Until next video, goodbye.